Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to be playing with another new eyeshadow palette today. So if you guys want to see swatches, here are my first impression thoughts on the new Simply Posh Cosmetics Berry Icy palette, then just keep watching. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. My name is KARENHARRIS. I like to film tan girl friendly makeup videos here on YouTube. I love eyeshadow palettes, especially playing with new ones. So if you like to see new makeup, highly recommend subscribing, turning on that bell so you're notified every time I post. And without further blabbering, let's get into it. Okay, you guys, I have some makeup on. I just have foundation, concealer, powder, and bronzer on, but I have this beautiful new palette from Simply Posh Cosmetics called the Berry Icy palette. I actually posted a video yesterday showing you guys their Genuine Gems palette. That one I actually bought with my own money, but it took me forever to try it out. And they so kindly offered to send me their new palette. So I was like, Karen, you gotta test out the previous palettes. If you wanna see that one, highly recommend checking it out. I did a testing new makeup video with that, and I had a lot of fun in that video. We also tried a bunch of other drugstore products, so highly recommend checking that out. But today we're gonna play with this palette, and I did film some close-ups and swatches for you guys. So I'll go ahead and pop that on the screen. Now I decided to swatch this one a little bit differently. I can definitely see very distinct color stories in this palette. So there's a icy side with some beautiful blue shades, and then there's the berry side with all those berry tones. So I decided to swatch the blue mattes first, and then the 3 duochrome blues, and then I swatched the 6 matte reds or like pinky tones, and then I swatched the 3 metallic shades. These metallics pack a punch. They're all duochromes, which is different from the Genuine Gems palette. So that was a fun, pleasant surprise. I will say with the blue side, I am having a hard time with the shade contrast. They're a little bit too similar, especially on my skin tone. I don't know if you are lighter than me, if it'll look different, but I have a feeling like the shade's Fresh and Frosted, I feel like they're gonna look very similar on my skin tone, but I mean, that's not the end of the world. I'm just pointing that out in case it's something you're thinking about. I also want to mention, like I did in yesterday's video, that they have all the ingredients on the back, and it says that this is a pressed pigment palette, and the batch code is on there. Net weight is 25.2 grams or 0.885 ounces, and it's made in the PRC. It's talc-free, mineral oil-free, paraben-free, cruelty-free, with a 12-month shelf life. I really like when brands make very uniform packaging. I just think it gives it like a aesthetic, and the way I display my palettes, I really like when the brand makes like matching palettes because it's very like appealing to look at. I don't know. That's just a me thing. The other thing I did do is film a close-up of this Berry Icy palette next to the Nomad palette because I had seen a few accounts post that they kind of thought these were similar. Personally, I don't really see it. I mean, yeah, there's a blue side and a red side to the Nomad palette, but I think the tones are very different. The Nomad blue side is a lot more like murky, and I don't know, it's just a lot edgier than this one. So personally, I think you can have both. If you're trying to decide, I would say the Nomad Death side is a little more interesting to me. So I do like that color story as well. But if you want to have both, I don't think you're gonna regret it. But I haven't put this on my eyes yet. I'm just speaking based off of my experience with the Genuine Gems. I had a good time playing with that palette. So yeah, those are kind of the things I wanted to tell you guys before we played with the palette, but now I'm ready to create an eye look, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, y'all, so as always, I'm trying to figure out if I want to go neutral or if I want to go colorful. I think that I kind of want to play with the berries, I'm not gonna lie. So let's go ahead and grab a Sigma brush. I got the E25 Max, and I'm gonna go into the shade Wild Berry right here. It just looked like a fun shade to try out when I was swatching the colors. So yeah, that's where I'm gonna start. And then the Genuine Gems palette, I remember it was a little bit of a softer matte formula, so I would just recommend dusting off your brush before you get on your skin with it because you want to avoid fallout. But I really like their mattes. They're very, very pigmented and they build really, really nicely. I primed my lids, of course, with the Sigma eyeshadow base. It's linked down below. I really am glad I finally tried their eyeshadow base because I'd heard about it from Angie for years. And I was like, I don't need to try it. And then I finally did. And it's 10 out of 10 for me. Okay, so as you can see, that shade is really nice and pigmented. Okay, so after applying this first shade, I can tell you that the mattes are a lot less dustier than the Genuine Gems palette. So I don't know if they changed something or if it's just different palettes and I'm just noticing, or maybe the shade Wild Berry is just a little bit different from the Genuine Gems palette mattes, but I like the change. It's nice because, I mean, I like to not have my palettes be super duper messy, but I just thought I'd mention that. Now I'm using the shade Tart, which is this deeper purple color, and I'm just tucking that onto the outer corner. It's a pretty color. I feel like they could have definitely gone a little bit deeper with the darkest shade in the palette, but like I said, I think that's just more of my preference, not so much like how each palette has to be. But this color looks pretty. There is a bit of contrast there, so that is nice. Okay, I really like how that's looking so far. I want to take a clean brush and go into the shade called Ripe. It's like a mid-tone pink, and I just want to use that to blend out the upper half of this look. I got a little too excited up here. I didn't mean to bring it like all the way to my brow bone, but yeah, something like that. I think that's good. We'll just leave it like that. And now I want to choose a shade for my lids. So I have here a new brush from Unearthly, and I'm going to go into the shade Berry Icy, giving it a little spray like I do all my metallics, and we're going to put that on the lid. Oh my gosh. That is so pretty. I actually picked a blue metallic, but it has a ton of purple shift to it. So it's actually pulling the purpley shift, which I am so here for. And this palette is just as sparkly and beautiful as the Genuine Gems palette, which makes me so happy. Oh, that's so pretty. So sparkly. Sorry, I'm just repeating myself, but I put a nice, like, thick layer of the shimmer shade on my eyelids because I really want it to pop. And I think it looks really, really cute. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Okay, let me go ahead and put on some eyeliners so I can do the lower lash line quick. Okay, so for the lower lash line, I think I'm going to stick to the same shades I used on the crease because I kind of was wondering if I want to do something monochromatic or not, and I don't know, I feel like I kind of want to stick to just matching, so that's what I'm gonna do. Today is a berry kind of day, I guess. So I'm just applying the shade Wild Berry on the lower lash line, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit of the shade Tart and use it on the outer corner. And then for the inner corner, I'm going to use the shade Icy, which is that light blue shade, the first metallic shadow in the middle row, and we're going to give it a spray. Ooh, I like it. I like it. Very simple, but so me. So yeah, the eye look is done. I'm going to throw on some mascara, some blush, a lippy, and I'll be right back to give you guys my first impression thoughts on this palette. Okay friends, so here is the finished look. What do you guys think? Definitely drop a comment in the comment section letting me know if you like this makeup. Let me go ahead and tell you really quick what else is on my face today, because I have been testing some of these products out and they are mostly affordable. So I love to tell you guys about affordable makeup, especially when it's good affordable makeup. So let's start off with the foundation I have on. So I'm actually wearing this in yesterday's video as well with the Genuine Gems palette, but this is the new Essence foundation, and this is the Keep Me Covered Long Lasting Transfer and Waterproof foundation in the shade 150 Natural Tan. I actually really like this. I wore this for a really long time when I filmed my Testing New Makeup episode 5, and it lasted because I was trying to pay attention to how long lasting this was. So very, very much enjoying this, and I definitely plan on putting this in my Shop My Stash for February so I can keep testing it out. And then in that same video, I also tried the Naked Quickie Concealer, and this time I'm wearing it underneath both my eyes. I have this in the shade 50WY. I feel like I could have gone a little bit darker with my shade, but I picked the shade out online, so I did the best I could. So far, this is nice, but I definitely prefer some of my other concealers, so I will keep you guys posted on this one. And just so you guys know, I will link everything in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links or affiliate codes. Thank you always for using my links and codes to shop, because it really helps out my channel. And then another win from the video is the Tarte Sculpt Tape. Oh my gosh, I really like this bronzer. It's so pretty, so easy to blend. I can't wait for their new liquid blushes that they teased. I hope those come out soon. And then I also am wearing the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlighter. This is in the shade Gleam, so it's a pretty highlighter. I will say today I did notice this one dries down pretty fast. So you don't want to dilly-dally once you get this on your face. Make sure you're blending it out so that you can blend it out nice and seamlessly. And then for blush today, I have on the High School Musical blush in the shade Playoffs from ColourPop. I wanted something berry, and I was like looking at my blush drawer and I was like, ooh, I feel like this would be a good one to wear with this look. And then my lip color today is from Unearthly. This is the shade Amber in their Liquid Satin formula. And of course, I will link these earrings down below for you guys. If you know, you know. But yeah, these are my treat to myself from the new year. So anyways, I had a lot of fun playing with this palette. Now, before I tell you guys my thoughts, I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about Lashgate 2023. Oh my gosh, I feel kind of ridiculous, but I will say that from what I know about the whole situation at this moment in time, I will say that Michaela is too big of an influencer to act ignorant about disclosing sponsorships and false advertising. Now, when I first watched the TikTok, I couldn't tell if she had falsies on, but there's a lot of people making content, like zooming in, and then you can kind of see the difference in the length. So my speculation that she is wearing falsies. Also, from what I know, she hasn't come out and said that she isn't wearing falsies and like shown like maybe her uncut footage or anything like that. So that is really kind of sus. I feel for her though, because I feel like maybe she needs a team. Like, I don't know if people that are TikTok famous, it necessarily means that they're like business savvy. So I don't know if she has a team. It doesn't seem like she has a team. I feel like I wish she had a team to run stuff by, because I think that would overall protect her a lot. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like invested in TikTok drama, and I honestly am not a big fan of like the way things go viral on TikTok. It's just like so annoying, and like, don't get me wrong, I fall for it too all the time. Like, I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend I didn't try to buy that mascara after I saw that video, because I was like, okay, now I want to know too. So even if L'Oreal meant to or not, like they just got themselves like way more publicity and sold way more mascara than they ever could. Not to mention like all the other beauty gurus that are jumping on the whole fact that it's like drama and it's trending and like everyone is like doing beauty community videos and can we trust influencer videos and all of the things. But honestly, I don't like wish for anyone to fail. So I really hope that if she doesn't have a team, she gets a team. I hope if she doesn't have good friends, she gets like a good group of friends around her, because I feel like she's kind of out there on her own and it's kind of a bummer, because I think that she could use a lot of help from just like getting advice from other people. But that's all I really have to say about it. As far as like how it's causing like ripple effects in the beauty community, I feel really bad because this is what I do, and I don't think it's wrong for people to make money being influencers, and I don't think like the audience should shame people for taking sponsorships, because nobody wants to really work for free. Of course, you know, it all starts off with like a passion for makeup, and I always wonder too, I'm like, will I keep doing this like if I wasn't making money? And I don't know, like I think I would, because I really do enjoy it, but it's definitely motivation. Like it's motivation seeing you achieve something. There's no like awards, right, in the influencer world, like, or you're not gonna get like a certificate for being the best influencer, or you know, recognition is like hard to come by because there's so much. There's so many beauty gurus, there's so many influencers, there's so many content creators, there's so many people doing the same thing. So I don't know, sometimes I definitely use like my analytics as validation for what I do and the amount of time I spend on my channel, but try to be kind to content creators. I know it's definitely a privilege to do this as a job, and I definitely do it more for fun than as a job, because I do stay at home with my kid right now and I have another one on the way. So this is just like fun money for me. It's a great way for me to have some income so I can buy makeup without depending on my partner to, you know, fund that for me. So it's really nice. Also, I can, you know, buy things for myself, which is, I don't know if that's TMI, but anyway, that's how I feel about that. And I hope that it doesn't mean that people are just gonna like write off the entire beauty community, because there's a ton of creators that are, you know, doing their best to make sure they're disclosing things properly. You guys can always ask me questions. You know, I'm always up for, if somebody, like, you're curious if something's an ad, definitely let me know. I don't get a lot of ads, so I'm like really proud if a brand wants to pay me to talk about a product. And I just feel like it's the nature of the times we live in right now, that like when I first started on YouTube, I think we could have gotten away with just like feigning ignorance or like just not even knowing. Because like just the other day I learned about like giveaways and how different states have different rules for giveaways, which is something I was entirely clueless about until somebody educated me. So that's why I think like maybe she should get a team, or maybe she should have friends that do this so that she can like learn from them. But yeah, I feel like now that it's like been a job for a while and influencers aren't like a new thing, I don't think you can play the I didn't know card anymore. You know, it's a little bit more businessy now. And so, you know, you have to make sure that you are also exercising your due diligence. But it really is interesting. And also, of course, like I know people in real life that like buy everything that she recommends. Like our family friend's mom is like obsessed with buying everything that goes viral on TikTok. And it's like, you also need to like exercise your critical thinking, that Michaela's like, what, 20 something? And if you're like older, or you're a different skin tone, or you have a different skincare routine, maybe things she likes aren't gonna work for you. Like, you do have to exercise a little bit of critical thinking. Like, maybe you have different kinds of lashes. Like, I don't know, but it's so funny because I swear everything she talks about like sells out and then people get mad. It's like, well, I mean, nobody's forcing you to buy anything. Like, you can also consume videos and then just move on with your life, or go watch more than one video on a product. But now I'm just getting preachy and totally off track. So I want to film like a chatty video talking about so many things, but I have so little time. And let me tell you guys, this end of second trimester is hitting me hard. I'm so tired all the time. I've been complaining about how tired I am on Instagram if you've been following me there. But let's go ahead and talk about this gorgeous palette. I am so excited that I got to try this out and show it to you guys. I really like this look. I will say their metallics are just so sparkly and it's just so glittery and I love it. It's not a glitter, but they're just so shimmery and I just love that for me. And I can't wait to play with the blues, but I really wanted to do something berry, so that's what I did today. And I really love how they did duochromes. I do wish there was a little bit more contrast in the mattes, but it's not the end of the world. I can always substitute something if I want something darker. Do you need this palette? Probably not. I mean, does anyone need anything? No, but if you like it, I will say the quality's wonderful. And yeah, I really think they have done something really beautiful with this palette, and I really like the color story and the theme. So those are my 2 cents on this palette and on Lashgate and on everything else I had on in this video. So if you guys have any other questions, let me know down in the comments. So this palette is launching on the 30th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, and it's gonna retail for $45. I don't know if they do like affiliate codes, but if I find any, I will try and list them down below. But I'm trying to think if I know anyone that has a code with them. I'm not sure off the top of my head, but anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and I will see you in another video, hopefully very soon. Bye guys.